Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Tyrai521, is it? This channel's been through so many name changes, so many variations. It was originally Rascal something. It was something, my name and my dog's name combined. My childhood dog Rascal unfortunately passed in 2018, so I changed the name. I wanted to kind of distance myself from the pain of that. But yeah, man, I have not done a video in 2 years at this point. 2022, new beginnings. I figured it was finally time to do what I said I was going to do about a year ago and bring something new to you guys, bring you a new video, an update, a life update, if you will. So I guess we should just start out. Where have I been? Back, 2019 when I stopped uploading, I was already pondering the idea of not doing any more videos. It kind of started off as, I wasn't getting too many views. I would notice, like, on Instagram, I was getting, like, a lot more feedback on my figures that I was posting. There's a much larger customizing community on there compared to YouTube, where I was getting maybe like 100 views a video and a couple likes, barely any comments. Instagram, there's just so many more people in the community, and it was just so much more fun, and not to mention less time consuming, because taking pictures of a figure and editing the photo or whatever is a lot less time consuming than making a whole video. And then also, it's kind of funny looking back, Kappa was a big thing at the time that all the LEGO YouTubers were scared out of their minds of, like, is YouTube gonna strike us with lawsuits and copyright infringement, or, not copyright, but, is YouTube gonna strike us with lawsuits, for not marking our videos correctly? And there was just this whole fear of what Kappa was gonna do, and of course that was overshadowed by the pandemic that we've seen in the last 2 years. I am still alive, just to let you guys know. But yeah, so I migrated over to Instagram for a little bit. Since then, I haven't really been customizing too much. A lot of life updates in the last 2 years. As you guys can see, I have moved. We moved out of my childhood home. I am living in a new place now. This is my new room. My family moved out of my home, and I love this place. I love our new house. I feel like this room is a lot more spacious. No Lego room here, which, I mean, obviously I wasn't expecting to get a whole room to myself just for my one niche hobby. I wasn't, that was kind of just like a scenario where at our last house we had a lot of extra space. And my dad was like, yeah, you can take that room, that's fine, put all your crap in there. But now that we're in a new place, things have changed. A lot of my Lego collection, minus a few UCS sets, which I have on display in our basement. The whole collection is in here. There's I'll show you guys this more in depth in a minute when I'm done with the updates. But yeah, I have condensed the collection down a lot. I don't know if you guys remember, way back in my 2015 videos, I was talking about, oh, I've got all these sets here that I want to sell. Those sets that I decided back then that I wanted to get rid of sat in that corner of my Lego room for about 5 years. They just sat there collecting dust, and we moved out. It's easy to let something sit in its spot when it's been in that spot for so long. Like, if that spot's already designated for it, it's easy to just, let it stay there. But when we moved into the new house and I needed to find a spot, I'm going to switch hands, my arm's getting kind of tired here. But when I needed, covering up the camera, when I needed to find room for all my stuff, I was like, yeah, this stuff's got to go. I can't just leave all this crap sitting around. So I gathered up about 50 sets or so, a lot of old Clone Wars stuff, a lot of pretty much my entire Harry Potter collection. All of it. I've spent a lot of my free time in the last year or so, selling it and organizing it and getting it rebuilt and everything, and listed it on eBay. I've made quite a bit. I've made, I want to say, all my Lego and then all of my old action figures that I've also been selling at the same time. I want to say I've garnered $3,000-4,000 bucks from it, which is pretty insane. I had a lot of valuable sets, though. I had a lot of large sets. And of course, some of my action figure stuff is worth a lot too. So some of you guys may be sad to know that I kind of sold a lot of my Clone Wars collection. I sold pretty much all the Harry Potter sets that started this whole channel. You guys remember I did all the Harry Potter mocks back in the day. I still love Harry Potter. I've rewatched them all just this last year. I still think all of them, bar maybe Order of the Phoenix, which is a little bit iffy. I still think they're all pretty good movies. It's just, I don't feel the need to really collect Harry Potter anymore. It's a franchise that I love, but don't really need as part of my Lego collection. Plus, if I ever did start collecting, I'd collect the newer sets, the 2018 to present sets, which are far, far better than the 2010, 2011 ones that I had. But yeah, so yeah, just like I said, we moved. I spent a lot of my free time lately, not really customizing. I did a few figures that I posted to Instagram, but never made their way to YouTube. But yeah, for the most part, I haven't really been doing too much customizing. I've spent a lot of my free time doing my set relistings and getting those sold and kind of condensing my collection down a little bit. But yeah, and also getting my new setup done. Like I said, a lot of crap had to be moved. So I'm gonna kind of flip around here. Apologies if there was a awkward cut there. I've never actually filmed a YouTube video on my cell phone before. My old camcorder is just kind of, it's outdated. It's kind of a piece of junk at this point. So I figured I would just do this quick update video on my phone here. But yeah, so just kind of giving you guys a tour of my updated / condensed collection. Here's my new room, painted blue, very nice. Just kind of going over my stuff here. This room has a really cool, it's like a closet type of thing, but with no doors, so it's almost like a big display window. And it had all these shelving areas in it, and I thought this would be the perfect place to put a large portion of my collection. So as you guys can see, I might do a separate video just kind of like going into detail on what's here. The Middle-earth mock, of course, could not stay. I ended up actually tearing that down before we moved out of my old house, just because, you know, as much as I love it and as much as I look back on it with fond memories, I'd rather just kind of have the sets on display as they came. I feel like the big mock I had kind of outgrown it, and I'd kind of, well, I don't know if outgrown it's the best word. I'd kind of gotten tired of it. I wanted to display my stuff in a new and fresh way, and I decided just to opt for having a sets on display setup rather than a big mock setup. So as you can see, this whole bottom portion right here, if I can kind of lift it up, is dedicated to all my Lord of the Rings stuff, as is this shelf right here. So very cool. It's mainly just the sets. A few mocks though have remained from the Middle-earth mock, like the Eye of Sauron. I made a new Mount Doom back there. Treebeard is in the corner over there. And a couple of other small mocks. The Argonath, as bad as those things look by today's standards, I did keep them built. The top two shelves are dedicated to Star Wars sets. I actually rebuilt this really cool. A project I undertook last January was I decided to rebuild my, 6211 2006 Star Destroyer. That thing fell apart years ago, and a lot of the plates that make up the body of it were being used on mocks, like in the Middle-earth display and whatnot. So since that Middle-earth mock had come down, I had a lot of those plates freed up. I decided to go ahead and rebuild it, and it is a behemoth. It's one of my favorite pieces of my collection now. I've got a few new sets since as well. I got the 2014 B-Wing, as you can see up there, and I actually built a custom display for it, or a custom stand for it. I might do a video on that going forward, just kind of how it's built and whatnot, if anybody wants to do a custom display, or a custom way to display it in flight mode. I got the 2018 X-Wing. That's a very recent purchase, actually, only like a month or two ago. I bought it and replaced my 2012 X-Wing with it, so I sold the 2012 one. Kept the Porkins figure though, because he's a legendary character and I wasn't about to give up my figure of him. Also got the the Pisana Speeder Chase set, as well as down here on my little bookcase, just because I have no other spot for it, I got the Kylo Ren shuttle and the First Order, or the Sith Trooper Battle Pack. Something I haven't actually talked about because it wasn't out at the time of my last video is the Rise of Skywalker, and I'm just gonna say this: I will not condone any sequel bashing in my comments section. I happen to honestly, flaws and all, I really love the sequel trilogy. I know that's a controversial opinion nowadays, but I love the characters. I think Rise of Skywalker, yes, was a little bit messy, but guys, it was fun as hell. I had such a good time with it. I've seen it 3 times since. Every issue that somebody's brought up with it, whether it be the pacing, the sloppiness of bringing Palpatine back, I agree with all of it, but it doesn't change the fact that every time I watch it, I just have such a blast with it. Sequel trilogy over prequels any day of the week. Like I said, I know it's controversial. There's elements of The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker I don't like, and even some things in Force Awakens. But I think as a trilogy, I prefer it to the prequels any day. Just want to put that out there if anybody's wondering, or if anybody notices that my collection is mainly sequel and originals. Yeah, huge sequel trilogy defender here. I will not stand for any blasting of the sequels in my comments. If you guys want to have a respectful debate, obviously that's fine, but anyway, I just want to get that out there because I feel like not enough people voice defense of those movies nowadays, and I just wanted to voice mine. A couple of I like this display. I got this display at Target. I might even get some more of these because I really like the way these little cube things look. These are just kind of a lot of different little vignette scenes. Like I've got Palpatine's arrest there, and the sail barge scene, a little bit of a Tatooine scenery, Takodana, or rather just a Force Awakens display in general. Endor, Death Star Final Duel, Scarif, and then just some Rebel Alliance stuff down there, so that's very cool. I've got these 4 displays up here, just kind of, we got the Razor Crest and the some other Rebellion Resistance vehicles and the TIE Striker. This shelf is mainly all Clone Wars stuff. This is kind of what, other than the Torrent and the gunship, this is what has survived from my prequel collection, mainly with the exception of a few battle packs, which are kind of just in boxes downstairs. I got the 2020 Anakin's Jedi Interceptor with a custom-built Buzz Droid. I might do a tutorial on that. That's one of the few mocks I've built since we moved. And then just some other sets on display. The Mandalore Duel and the Bespin Duel and the Tusken Raider Encounter set up there. So it's very cool sets up there. These 2 shelves were in my Lego room back at my old house, and I have decided they look really just kind of clunky, just shoved into the corner of my room, but until I get like a big corner display, I just kind of have them sitting there. These kind of house a lot of my, this one's mainly dedicated to my Lego stuff. This one is half Lego, half NECA slash action figure display. I don't really buy a lot of action figures, but just some cool stuff that I see. Like I've got some McFarlane Toys Game of Thrones and some NECA figures up there. I've got a Raimi suit Spider-Man that it was a childhood action figure of mine that I decided to use a NECA figure display to put in an action pose and make it a centerpiece because of my love for the Raimi films, as well as No Way Home. I recently saw it, one of my favorite movies of the year, absolutely. Dune is still the best movie of the year, though, if you ask me. We've got this is like the Pennywise Shrine with a few other figures. I've got my Xenomorph and 11 and the Demogorgon up there, but yeah, I can't get enough of those It movies, so I've got a lot of the Pennywises that NECA has made. This is my Breaking Bad, Walking Dead shelf, just a lot of Walking Dead McFarlane stuff, some Breaking Bad stuff. This stuff has a lot of my, apologies for the dust by the way, it's pretty dusty. I dusted some of these shelves recently, but not all of them. This has a lot of Back to the Future NECA, some Gremlins, Halloween. These are my figure displays for my custom figures that I haven't worked on in a while. You guys have seen most of these. Those Walking Dead ones have not been updated since 2017. The only ones I think I've worked on since I stopped showing them on YouTube were these Breaking Bad ones, which you can find on my Instagram page at Tyrai Customs. So those are some updated Breaking Bad figures you guys have not yet seen on this channel. I also updated my Blade Runner figures. I believe you guys saw the Game of Thrones ones. And then there's just some miscellaneous ones down here. There's like a mini mock of Serenity from Firefly. There's a Joker display with Joker down there, one of my favorite movies of 2019. I built Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors just because I love that movie. And the only figure I've actually made in 2021 is that Raylan Givens from Justified. That was a show that I spent a lot of the pandemic watching, and I still want to make Boyd Crowder from it, but yeah, that was the only figure I made in all of last year. I hope to be a little bit more active this year. And then this shelf just has some set displays. You know, I've got like a Lego movie thing down there, some Marvel stuff, just some random Breaking Bad mocks, and, you know, McFarlane Toys buildable set. I've got one of my favorite, maybe my favorite set of 2021, the Tumbler right there. And some more McFarlane Toy stuff, some Lego Ideas stuff, as well as my Blade Runner spinner mocks. And then nothing on that shelf. That was actually housing the Central Perk Friends set, which I decided recently. I bought it as an impulse buy because back when it was restocked at Lego.com, it was like really hard to get. It was selling out quickly, and I bought it as an impulse buy. But very recently, I realized, you know, I'm not a huge Friends fan. I don't know if I really need it as part of my collection. And I just so happened to be watching Seinfeld recently, been binging it since it's on Netflix. So where the Central Perk stood is going to house the Seinfeld set, which I'm about halfway through building. One of my favorite sitcoms, absolutely. Not too much else. There's, you know, just a desk and my bed. I got a couple posters up. I went to, in 2019, a Napoleon Dynamite meet 3 members of the cast, and, you know, I did like a meet and greet with them, and it was a screening of the film, and they did a Q&A afterwards. So I've got just an autograph thing from those guys, signed, sweetest guys in the world, John Heater, Efren Ramirez, and John Grease. Love them. Got my Breaking Bad poster from my old house. I've got my Lucille bat display from my old house with a much nicer display base for those. I haven't hung too much else up. I still would like to get maybe another poster or 2 up there. I mean, I'm 21, so I'm not gonna, you know, be living here forever. So I don't know how much I really want to customize this room if I'm only gonna be here for a few more years. But you know, just you know, I still want to kind of make it a little bit more, give it a little bit more personality. I think the only other thing I've hung up is that Star Wars original trilogy or original 1977 poster. So yeah, that's kind of, like I said, that's a lot of my life updates recently. Just been spending a lot of my free time. Haven't really been working on figures too much, mainly just getting this new display, or getting my new room set up, working on getting a lot of those old sets sold and whatnot. And just been kind of living life. You know, I got a new job. I've been working there for almost a year now at a deli at a local supermarket. I'm almost done with school. I'm going to school for technical communications and professional writing. My original plan was journalism, but now I'm just kind of seeing what writing careers are out there because I love to write. I've got a Letterboxd account. If you guys want to follow me on there, I like to think I have a pretty good taste in movies. I like to write in-depth reviews on there. So I spend a lot of my time writing those. Yeah, but I've just been living life, watching films, building some Lego, watching some Lego YouTubers, just kind of chilling, you know, just chilling, living my life, and things have been great for the last 2 years. I haven't died. I've thankfully not caught COVID yet. We had a scare a few weeks ago recently. A couple people in my family tested positive. We're all vaccinated though. We were all fine. I had minor symptoms, but I tested negative twice, so I don't know what the deal is there. I must have got it very mildly or something. But yeah, things have been going well. I'm not planning on doing a return to YouTube, or not a major return. I've got a couple videos I would like to do. I've done a few mocks in the last few months. Like I did this, I was going to show this earlier. I did do this little Obi-Wan versus Anakin vignette build. I don't want to show that too close because I'll probably do just a little video showcasing that, as well as that Buzz Droid mock. One video I really want to do is, I've got this Tumblr set, you know, the one that came out this year, and this old Tumblr mock, which is not very good, but I'm proud of it considering I built it when I was 16. So I might do a comparison video on those two, just kind of showcasing the differences and kind of explaining my design philosophy and just kind of making fun of that old build, even though I think generally it's not terrible, it's just not that great either. So yeah, let me know if you guys want some more videos. Let me know if you have any video ideas. I don't really do mocks anymore. I do still make custom figures, although I have not for a long time. I just kind of work on them when I feel like it, or when I have the motivation to. If you guys want more movie content, I wanted to do a video of my favorite movies of the year. I could script that out and I could get that out to you guys, and I would very much look forward to doing something like that if you guys want it. But yeah, other than that, guys, I've been doing well. I've been fine. Things have been good here. I hope things are going great for you. It's crazy to think I started this channel 10 years ago, and the goal with this channel was never to be like a major Lego YouTuber. Obviously, I've gained, like 3,000 subscribers in like a decade. That's not very impressive by any stretch of the imagination, but this channel was always just about kind of exploring, or just getting to showcase my love of Lego and getting to showcase the things I've built and the things I've done and just my collection in general. And it's been a really fun ride with you guys, and if you guys want more content, like I said, I look forward to doing a few videos here and there. I don't really have enough updates, I think, to do consistent content anymore, but I would definitely like to check in with you guys and do the occasional video every few months or so. So let me know what you guys, how you guys have been dealing with things the last few years. Let me know what life has been like for you. Let me know what kind of content you want to see. And thank you so much for tuning in. Those of you that watch this to the end really shows to me that I've still got somewhat of a small, loyal fan base of people who are either nostalgic for my videos or care about me or like my content and just want to hear me talk and ramble. And I greatly appreciate anybody who has stuck through with me just rambling and showing you my room. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. I'm not sure when the next one will be out, but I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a happy 2022, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much.